And 1, 2, 3.
And action. That's going to go part of it real quick. Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up? I'd like to welcome you to 2 kitchen tables and a microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to bring to you another episode of 2 kitchen tables and a microphone.
I just said that.
But that still sounds really good though.
Yeah, but you have like the play mic.
I do have the awesome mic. This is the mic that gives all the audience. Look, I even have a backdrop. If you couldn't tell, something's a little different about this episode. I've got this little sticker back here, right here, and that's the 2 kitchen tables sticker.
Ah, look at that.
And he's come all the way up to Scarborough, Maine.
Yeah, I traveled out here.
You traveled to Maine
and I said, Shane, and I've done it before, but I said, Shane,
yeah,
I'm not lugging all the stuff.
No, he did. He said, my truck's full of snow.
Right.
Yeah.
So if the truck wasn't full of snow,
yeah,
I would have thrown it in the back.
Yeah, but we're good. And so now what you have is you have some ferns and or some plant-looking things, and us.
We had to wear pants today because you can see our legs.
That's true. I couldn't just wear my underwear like I normally do.
Usually, who knows what's going on underneath that table. There's all kinds of stuff going on underneath there.
So welcome to episode, well, you know what episode it is? I'm testing him right now. Do you know what episode it is?
13?
14. Oh. Episode 1.
I was close.
You were very close.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
Episode 14, folks. Last episode 13, seemed like a lot of people really liked it. They really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I feel like it's the recap, like, last episode of 2 kitchen tables and a microphone.
On the last episode of 2 kitchen tables and a microphone, we discussed, no, we're not going to do that at all.
What happened to Shane?
All right, so we're here again. We wanted to make sure that we chatted with you guys as you guys are subscribing or following the page. We have 1,061 followers on the page. It's really awesome that you guys have taken the time to subscribe to us and chat with us and just kind of join us in our conversations. It's pretty awesome.
It is fabulous, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I feel like we should be bringing in a guest. First of all, in this setting, I feel like we need guests. And I feel like we need a studio audience.
That's true. That's true. We do have shadows. If you couldn't see the lighting right here, you can see the little shadows in the background. That's all right. It's a whole new thing. We got an audience in the background. If I could put a live track of people's cheering,
like claps,
yes,
like the applause.
I may work on that in the production room, man. Yes,
that's a lot of. That's tall order, buddy.
That is a really tall order. Okay, so John, let's talk about it real quick. All right, so now we are. Beginning of February, right? We've been through January. We talked about how we're working on stuff. We're trying to be able to carry the momentum after the new year and how we're doing. So give us a status of how you're doing.
So all those New Year's resolutions that were made, right?
Yes.
Who stuck with them?
Right.
Who altered them?
Yep.
How am I doing personally?
Yeah.
I'm doing fabulous.
Yeah.
I dug the tracker out.
Yes, you are a Fitbit machine.
Yeah, so back to basics.
Back to the basics.
Back to basics.
Talk about it.
I burnt myself out back in the day. This thing went in a drawer.
Yep.
And
wasn't it red before? Did you have a red one before?
I did. I had different bands.
You had a red band. Yeah. That's right. I remember
different bands.
Yep.
This is my leather bound.
You do. It looks very fancy with your
my leather bound
cigar
band. It's my dress.
Well, if you get my beamer on the side.
It's my dress band. So I dug it out. I talked about it on a live, a Facebook Live. I talked about I want to get back into the Fitbit and steps and all that stuff. And someone from No Finish On Nation called me out and was like, "Hey, dig it out, because I'm inviting you to Weekend Warrior." And
that's what I'm talking about.
Here I am. I've been wearing it. I've been killing it. I might burn out again. I don't know, but as of now.
Back to basics.
Back to basics, man. It works.
Right.
I've been tracking every day.
So, speaking of that, hold on. So, back to basics. So, something that John and I have done, because we are friends, and we look at, I think we are. Are we friends? I think we're friends. Yeah, we're friends.
Best friends.
Best friends. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, so one of the big things that we did is that every night that we get done, or just about every night, we track all our food and we take a look at it to see where we're at, and we hold ourselves accountable by me shooting it over to him to say this is what I ate today, and he's shooting his over to me, and then it even comes with exercise to say I went to the gym. Accountability buddies are a big deal. They're a big deal.
Find an accountability buddy.
Accountability buddy. They're awesome.
You're so clever when it comes to marketing, Shane. You gonna slap a hashtag on that?
But I will. There will be Accountability Buddy, so it's coming to a theater near you soon.
Accountability Buddy. Oh my God, that's horrible.
But and awesome at the same time.
Look at that, off the cuff.
But if you think about it, you have a access to 42,000 different people that you could find an Accountability Buddy.
If you're, this is not No Finish Line Nation.
Yeah, that's true. If you're on No Finish Line Nation,
if you're not, you should be. But if
right.
Reach out to somebody that's doing what you're doing in
yes,
whether it comes to fitness, whether it comes to tracking your food and making good decisions. Maybe you just need someone to call when you're ready to shove the whole cake in your face, and you need to get talked off the ledge.
Right.
It all works out.
If you're ready to throw in the towel, you can always use that Accountability Buddy. Even if they give you some tough love.
You said it again.
I'm going to say it over and over again. It's so good. It's such a good word. Don't you think it's a good word too? I know you do. Accountability Buddy.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
All right.
It's good. Anyway, the point is that we've been successful so far through the month, right? That we have been accountable to our actions. Yes. We've been accountable to what we're putting in our mouths. We've been accountable to going to the gym. We've been doing a really good job with it.
7 pounds down.
7 pounds, 10 pounds.
In the month of January.
Yep.
Active every day.
Yep.
Tracking every day. Feeling great. Full of energy.
Love it.
I might even be becoming a runner. I'm starting to enjoy it.
That's outstanding. We did see you on the little step climber when you had the little camera angle and you were doing and it had the back and forth thing. I was like, look at this guy.
That was not an easy photo shoot.
I could not be coordinated like that.
Yeah, I think like I don't know which hand I did it with, but I was like trying to snap that thing. Yeah.
Even your shot this week, if you hadn't seen on Mud Hustler's page, if you hadn't seen him when you were sharing the young daughter, that it was a daughter that shared with her dad.
Oh,
the Mud Hustler, right? And you can see John just getting into a workout or whatever. He's like,
oh yeah.
He's like, guys, you gotta check this out.
So I shared it on Mud Hustler. I shared it on the Facebook and the Instagram account. But the most incredible thing, and it means so much because it validates everything. Yep. It's like sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? It takes so much time. Does anyone really care? Obviously, people care.
Right.
It's affecting people. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But there was a young woman on Instagram who follows me, and on her Instagram story, she tagged me. Her dad joined Weight Watchers, and immediately he signed up to Instagram, and she's showing him how to use Instagram so he can follow me and my recipes.
It's pretty awesome.
And she had posted him like, oh, this is how you use it, and there he is with the phone, like scrolling through my Instagram feed. Made my complete week.
It should. It's so awesome.
That was so cool because the whole reason why both of us actually started sharing everything that we're doing, whether it be Shane's podcast and him, the whole mental thing of me with the food and just reflecting on what we're going through and our own journeys. Not enough men share.
No, they don't.
There's not enough men out there. So, there's guys out there that are suffering. There's guys out there that have health problems. There's guys out there with the weight problems. And they are, they don't know that, hey, you know what? It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Go out there and just do it. Find a program that works for you. Find Accountability Buddy.
That's good.
Find a community to surround yourself with of like-minded people on the same journey. And it's awesome.
I know we talked about it before on the podcast here, where we talked about men don't necessarily. It's not even the fact that they don't share, not because they don't want to share, because I think some of them do want to, but they don't know how, and they literally have never been taught that way. It's always been keep that. I'm tough. I'm macho.
It's a whole macho thing,
right? Yeah.
But when they see guys like you and I sharing that might not be the typical person that's sharing a weight loss journey.
It's true.
They're like, hey, they'll take one look at one of us and be like, hey, that's a guy I might sit down next to and watch a game with, or a guy, I can have a beer with,
Exactly.
Or a coffee or whatever it is. And
it's
just like, it becomes more relatable.
I love it.
And that means everything. So
it really does.
That was awesome. That made my week. It was incredible. I shared it everywhere because I thought it was the greatest.
I loved it because when you shared it with everybody can kind of see that aspect of it. It's really
it made me so
pretty
proud.
incredible.
I was at the gym when she, and I immediately shared it.
Yeah.
I was like in between sets or something. I'm like, I think I was out of breath.
You were like,
and I'm like sweating. I'm like,
you gotta see this. Check this out.
It's like a big close up of my head.
You gotta see it. Sweat's pouring up the side. You're like, you gotta check it out. I was loving it.
It was cool. Yeah, it really means a lot.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool, man. So again, just to tie it back to what we were originally saying, if you don't have somebody to be able to share it with, if you don't feel comfortable sharing it on the social media or Facebook pages or whatever, find that person that you could talk to about it, because I think it starts off with that, for you to be able to sit with somebody that you get me, you understand what I'm going through, you understand my struggles, you understand all that, and you guys can kind of coordinate and calibrate a little bit to say, okay, well, so why don't you think about it this way? Oh, well, I didn't really think about it that way. Or how about just a plain flat kick in the ass sometimes when you need it, when you're like, I'm not feeling it right now, and they're like, wait, what are you doing? Like, come on, let's go, let's get there. Right? That matters.
You need it helps having that support. You know, sometimes some of us have supportive spouses.
Yes.
You know, that we're on journeys together, but some of us don't.
Right.
And sometimes it's just different. Having someone else besides your significant other,
right?
To just lean in on, you know. So
right,
cool.
Love it, good stuff. All right, so we do have a couple questions coming in to Two Kitchen Tables and a Microphone through Instagram and through the Facebook page, but we'll go through the first one here from Fred Storr, who's a big supporter of our Two Kitchen Tables and a Microphone. I think we met him in Boston when he was there. It was a really, really good a moment when we had our No Finish Line NFL and Inspiration Party in Boston last year. It was a really great time. But Fred asked the question, he said, I want your thoughts on when to stop a binge. For example, a few months ago, I was hitting some chips and cookies and knew it was time to stop, he said. But instead, if even trying to decide, or I decided I need to get back on track after I finished the chip and cookies, have you ever walked away when you were in the middle of a binge and just said, I'm out, that kind of thing? He wants to know what your mindset and what your thought process is around what your thoughts are when to stop a binge. Because they're going to happen.
I think, for me, a binge is uncontrollable. So if in your mind you're like, hey, all right, I need to stop. So you've kind of gained control. That's when you stop, you know? I don't think there's like a button or like personally, for me, when like that cake is gone or that bag of chips is gone and I'm like, what did I do?
Right.
That's usually when it ends.
It's true.
It has carried over in the past in my life, but now I know that, okay, I see what I've done. I've done some damage. Why am I doing this? Smarten up. Pull yourself together. It's okay.
Right.
I think that's the important lesson.
Yes.
To move on and kind of just forgive yourself.
Yep.
You're human. It's okay to just move on from there. Okay? It's in the past. They're going to happen. It's going to happen again.
Yes.
I don't care where you are in your journey.
Right.
I don't care if you're in the best shape of your life.
Yep.
I don't care if you lost hundreds of pounds. There's going to be a moment when you're going to be, you know, face deep in like a bucket of, you know, fried chicken or a cake or a pie or whatever it is.
Right.
You know, we're all going to be there. We all have been there. And it's just, I think, moving on from there, not continuing it.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think it's how you handle the binge. Right, so for me, what I used to do is, like John, I'm very similar to, if I'm getting into a binge, I know that I'm in the binge and I'm there, but it's my afterwards. So what I used to do is, if I felt guilty, what I would do is I would continue going down more binges and continuing down the road of, oh, just F it, I'm going to do whatever it's going to take. I don't really care. I'm just going to keep going. The difference between then and now is that if I have a binge or I go through a moment that I'm like, oh, you know what, I just ate, like you said, a bucket of chicken, and I'm looking at myself going, what the hell did I just do?
Yeah.
Then I start to think about, like you said, why did I do what I just did, right? I start to think about a little bit more, what's the reason that I just did that to myself?
Right.
And why did I go down that road? And so that little change that's part of my journey is me saying, I need to figure out what the reason was and what my triggers are. Those are helpful for me, because then I know maybe next time I still may have a binge down the road, but what I might do is, if something comes up, I go, I was thinking that way. That's what caused me to do it last time. Let me try to either replace or move a different direction, just a little bit ahead of time, to help me next time. Who knows? You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to be, a binge doesn't have to be a cake or a bucket of chicken or a pizza. A binge can be, you can binge on healthy choice foods.
Right.
I mean,
It's true.
if you're living a healthy lifestyle and you have great choices at your disposal,
Yeah.
you can still binge on those.
Right.
You know, whether it's Ben and Jerry's or a pint of Halo Top, it's still a binge. You know what I mean? So whether it's healthy, whether it's a good choice or a bad choice, a binge is a binge. It's just once it's over, move on, forgive yourself. That's it.
Yeah, that's good. Good question, Fred. I appreciate you sending
That's
that
right.
in because it's a pretty important thing to cover, especially if you want to try to prepare yourself to be somebody that can overcome it next time, or if you can't overcome it, what you're doing afterwards to be able to forgive yourself and be able to move on. So, great question. So, another question that came in was through Instagram. MBH4star sent over to us, interested to know both of your weekly routine with weights and cardio and how you'll be spending the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Oh, it's a two-parter.
Two-parter.
Two-parter!
So the first part is, what's your weekly routine with weights and cardio?
Oh, well, it's changed, actually. So I've talked about this. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast. I don't think I've talked about this on Two Kitchen Tables. But I committed myself to 2 miles per day of cardio.
Yep.
Now, this is a guy that I hated cardio. I can lift weights all day long. I can lift weights fast. That was I'll forget cardio. I'll just, lift weights faster and do drop sets and supersets and stuff like that.
Right.
You got to do it. You got to do cardio. It's great for your heart. It's great for your energy level,
Yeah.
and it's good for your body. And it's things start to change a lot when you're moving like that.
I agree.
I said to myself, I can do 2 miles per day.
Achievable goal.
I'm committed to an achievable, sustainable goal.
Yep.
2 miles a day, I can do that.
Yep.
Whether it's a slow mile or a fast mile, that's going to change. Right now, they're slow miles, but I can carve that time out of my day,
Right.
and I can commit to it. And I've been doing that.
Yes.
And that 2 miles has turned into more some days.
Yep.
And I think
And this is every day for you? Every day?
every single day.
Every day.
2 miles every single day, I can do it 7 days a week.
Yep.
That's for me.
Yep.
That doesn't mean everyone else got to do it. But for me, 2 miles a day, I can do it.
Yeah, and see, so for me, it's similar because at first I was just like, I need to, like I said in the last podcast, I need to get back to basics. So my basics was, if I go for walks, it doesn't matter how long I walk or how many steps I get in the walk, I've just got to go for walks. That was my mental change was, I've just got to get moving again. I got to be able to just go out to do it. My wife's pointed out to me very clearly to say, when you feel good about yourself is when you're active and you're moving and you're walking. Even if it's like 30 below zero like it is outside, go to the gym, I get on the treadmill. Or if I don't do it on the treadmill, I may pace around the house for a little bit, to be honest with you. If it's really cold and it's frozen, it's just getting active and moving. Now, it's actually elevated up to very similar to what John has with 2 miles, because then I was like, well, if he can do 2 miles, I can do 2 miles. So that's why I sent over to you a couple times going, 2 miles, buddy. Look at this right here with my little watch,
I'm an influencer.
It's accountability buddy again, right?
God.
Yeah.
All I can think of is my buddy.
My buddy.
Remember
my buddy.
Yeah, remember
my buddy Andy.
Yeah, the little stuffed animal guy. No, he was what was he? Was he a monster or was he like a little boy or something? I don't know.
Yeah, he was a little dude, I think, or something.
My pal,
yeah.
my buddy. I don't know. I'm getting all the.
You're thinking Munchie Cheese, man.
I'm getting like the '80s
Cabbage Patch Kids
toy things. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, please let us know, because I know the song. I just don't know
Yeah.
the song.
Well, I'm thinking the striped shirt, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah. The thing probably talked. I don't know. I did have a Cabbage Patch Kid.
You did?
Hell yeah.
My sister had one. I didn't have a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Mine wasn't the real thing. It was like a.
It was like a
lettuce. It was like a. It was a lettuce head. It was a lettuce head. Like my uncle bought it off some guy on the corner. Like Maverick's Commission.
I got your Cabbage Patch Kid right over here.
Yeah, they were hot, man. They were tough to get, and they were expensive. My uncle was like, "Hey, I'm gonna make this kid's Christmas." He got me and my cousin bootleg Cabbage Patch Kids.
He called them lettuce heads.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They were sketchy. They were close enough.
Oh my god.
They didn't smell like baby powder like the real
No,
ones.
I know. That's crazy how they did smell like baby powder. My sister got hers.
Not the knockoffs.
No, the knockoffs smell like a back street somewhere.
Smells like formaldehyde and mothballs and
hot dogs from the stand next to it.
Why is this Couch Scratch Kid smell like bologna? I don't understand. Thanks, Uncle Jimmy.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh, and so the weightlifting, I do. I do. About 4 days a week.
Yeah.
I do weight training. I do the 2 miles every day. And on my off days, my rest days, I'm still doing the 2 miles. Sometimes I do more, but I'm pledged to the 2.
I like how you said that you will start to see more change when you can incorporate cardio with it.
Yeah.
Right? So when I lift, if I'm lifting and I'm continuously lifting, I'll lose a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a lot because I'm gaining muscle and I'm, and those kind of things. But when I do implement cardio with it, like if I go like side by side, I see so much more difference for myself. I do for me anyway.
It's a different kind of training, but
right.
It's help. You need to move.
Right.
I come from a background of lifting heavy weights, and it's good, and yes, it gets your heart pumping and it gets your blood pumping, and you get strong, and yes, you will lose. The more muscle mass you have, the more fat you'll burn, but heart-wise and health-wise, you need to get that cardio.
Right. Yep.
So, and I in this last week, my energy level has been through the roof.
That's awesome.
Like, I've experienced a run as high. Like, I was like, what are you, nuts?
What's happening right now?
Yeah. So, that point where, not on a 2 mile day, but on a day where I've done more, and I'm like, oh my god, I can just keep going all day. I don't have to stop, but I have to. I have things to do, so I do have to stop.
Right.
But I could have just kept going all day, and I felt like euphoric.
That's pretty cool.
And that's when I was like, hey, I could get into this.
Yeah.
So who knew?
That's what my wife says. My wife is a marathon or half marathon runner. She's training for a marathon in the next year, but she says to me the same thing. She gets that runner's high that just says,
first time I ever experienced it, I was just like,
yeah,
wow, I could
cool.
I could just keep going.
Yeah.
It was a breeze.
So the second half of that question was, how will you be spending the Super Bowl? So as you both can tell, as anybody can tell, he's got the Beat LA, and I've got the Patriots along with my Patriots logo up here. So we have some vested interest in it.
We're not Rams fans.
We're not going for the Rams. I'm sorry, guys.
So save your comments.
Listen, we don't need to hear about it.
We don't need to hear about cheaters. We don't need to hear about Deflategate. We don't have to hear about Spygate. So keep it to yourselves.
Keep them all to yourself because I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Haters gonna hate?
Haters are gonna hate. That's right. They hate us because they hate us.
So aside from that,
anyway,
we do love our West Coast people.
Yes.
I have a nice little friendly bet going with my friends over at Western Bagel.
Oh yeah, Bagel Brad.
Because they were talking a lot of trash to me, believe it or not. I know I may look like the instigator, but I was not.
I know. He was getting instigated.
They were just throwing them at me, so I said, hey, how about a friendly wager?
Oh, man.
So, there's no if. When Tom Brady accepts the MVP trophy at the end of the Super Bowl game and all that, Bagel Brad, Western Bagel, has to wear a Patriots jersey or a Patriots hat.
And he's going to do it with his costume, right?
I don't know how he's going to do it.
Oh, man.
I don't know how he's planned it out.
Okay.
But he's better stop planning because he'll be sporting that thing real soon. And he has to put it in his profile photo. He didn't agree to that, but I think since I put it out there, he has to do it.
Love it.
And put it in his Instagram story.
Beautiful.
But as far as me watching the game,
yeah.
So I think this is a question dealing with more like Super Bowl festivities, right?
Foods, festivities, parties, those kind of things. Yep.
I'm not a Super Bowl party guy.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon and I have discussed this.
Yeah.
I can't, especially when my team is in it often.
Yeah. Are they? Yeah, I
gotta stop. I'm sorry. Because you know what's gonna really suck is when I watch this back and there's like some horrible thing that happens and they don't win.
Right.
I'm gonna look like the biggest jerk.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
Anyway, I just cursed us. I'm stopping. You know what? I'm not answering this question.
I'll answer the question in my head.
I watch it by myself.
Right.
Basically.
So John's not he's like, I don't want to have a lot of social, of people around.
I'm like,
and I'm very similar where if I invite people over for the Super Bowl, here's what needs to happen. It's got to they got to be football fans, number one, right? So they got to come over there wanting to watch the game. It's got to be football oriented. It can't just be talking about whatever's happening under the sun and this, that, and the other. I just can't do it. Because otherwise I'm just going to walk away from your conversation and go back to the game. The second part is my wife does a really good job of outfitting our house, even if it's just small group, outfitting our house with healthier options. So veggie platters, a little bit of rotisserie chicken. She might shred some chicken and stuff like that. I am cooking ribs tomorrow, so I'm going to put them in the Instant Pot and throw them down a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of ribs action.
Nice.
In case people want to come over to have a little bit of ribs. But that's it. It's not like my old days where I would literally stuff my face with ribs, chicken wings, everything you could think of under the sun, because it's party time.
Now, there's a lot of great tasting smart options that you can. They taste great, so your guests can enjoy them.
Right. And
they're better options for you because they will keep you on track. You can go right to the website.
If you haven't seen him on Mud Hustler's website,
mudhustler.com.
He's got the Super Bowl options.
I did. My latest blog.
Yep. So check it out. It's a lot of really good stuff, including the wontons, which look like they're great. I haven't had them myself. I've heard
next time next time you're coming over, I'll make them for you, buddy.
There we go. I love that. I love that. All right, great. Okay, so I don't know if that answers your question about the Super Bowl, but in our household, it's going to be pretty much my wife, me, my son, maybe a couple other people around the neighborhood that are big football fans that might want to come over if they have little kids. John's going to spend it down in Mass.
I'm like a hermit.
Yeah, he's going to be on the couch in his own.
I got the blinders on, and I'm watching. I don't even pick up the phone.
All right. So next question that we have coming over from LB Mark S5 says, impact of sleep or lack of it on your weight loss journey. So talk to me about sleep.
It's funny that
my wife and I just talked about this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I totally think when you're tired, you eat.
Yep.
When you're tired, when you're cold. If I'm cold, I eat.
Right.
When I'm tired, I eat. If I get a good night's sleep, that goes to the whole energy level thing again.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a different person.
Yeah. It's almost like when they call it comfort foods, and they are comfort foods. Right. So for me, sleep is a little bit more in depth, right? So medically wise and stuff like that, or whatever, there's a lot of studies that go into play where sleep not only on top of our own health and well-being, but sleep also helps against things like early onset dementia and things like that, or whatever, that they say if you get a good night of REM sleep, it matters in your health journey in general, right? Of all different aspects. So I know how important it is. And so when I was at my heaviest, at around 370 pounds, I was a big snorer. And I would really just saw logs, and I wasn't sleeping at all. I would wake up exhausted, going.
You know who else wasn't sleeping?
Who?
Crystal.
Oh, exactly. you know who else got bruises all over his arms from her going, come on, what are you doing? Anyway, so what I did was, I lost the weight, but I still, every once in a while, will start to snore a little bit. So I got the little, it's a little mouth guard or whatever. Ever since I've had the mouth guard, what I've noticed is that I've been sleeping so much better, and I'm clearer-minded. I feel better. Even just the fact of regular everyday life. If I'm going to work and I'm going through the grind every day, when I go through that grind, if I had a good night's sleep the night before, I know I can last all day long, and I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. I'm clearer-headed. I can answer more fluidly. The second that I don't, and I don't get much sleep, or something happens, I'm off, man. Literally, I'm like, I can't answer questions. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling down. And like you said, I then go, I'm just going to eat whatever it is that's in front of me or whatever. If I'm passing by a fast food place, I want to grab that burger.
True.
Because it's just going to satisfy whatever craving that is for me. Sleep definitely matters.
It does.
And it helps folks like you who really lift a lot of weights and stuff like that, repair. Your sleep repairs your body. Your body needs that recovery time to be able to go through it. So if you're a high rep, low amounts of weights, or you're looking for a lot more definition or really lean muscle, that's also so important to be able to get that sleep to be able to recover. And runners are the same way too. So I think it's really important aspect. Yeah.
It totally affects what I think it affects what you choose to eat, when you choose to eat, how much you choose to eat,
stress levels, everything. All right, good. So those are the questions that we do have for this week. The one thing I want to bring up just real quick to all of you is we are throwing a get-together out in Scottsdale, Arizona on May 4th. May 4th is when it's coming up.
It's just it's just about 3 months away.
3 months away.
And we'd love to have you guys up there.
Yeah.
So if you don't belong to No Finish Line Nation, that's totally fine.
Correct.
Still welcome to be there. It's going to be a great night, some great food, entertainment, dancing.
Yep.
in the desert, in like paradise in the desert. It's a beautiful hotel,
Right.
great venue that we're going to be at,
Yep.
and we'd love to have you guys there.
We did it last year in Boston, guys, and I'll tell you, it was incredible. The amount of friendships that were made, the amount of relationships that were built, the amount of camaraderie that was in that room of people that were afraid to go out and just kind of be around people and this, that, and the other, that stepped out of their comfort zones to come out and just meet people they've never met or tell their friends, I'm going to meet my internet friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, Boston was amazing, and we know Scottsdale's going to be amazing too. So if you haven't got tickets for Scottsdale, or you want to come out to Scottsdale, we have all the information. We can blare right into our bio or into the YouTube. I'll put some of the links right on there. You can also join No Finish Line Nation.
Yeah.
If you haven't joined yet, hop on to No Finish Line Nation. We'll give you all the details. You'll be able to see some of the videos for the last one too. That really helps to be able to just get some great energy going into Scottsdale.
Yeah, you can kind of see what the night's all about, but it's a great night. There's going to be some great sponsors with brands that you'll recognize, that products that we use every single day that help our lives a little bit more,
Yeah.
make things a little bit easier. There'll be prizes, awards, lots of laughs, people crying,
Yeah.
just a good time.
There was a lot of that last time too. So yeah,
check it out.
If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. And lastly, on the YouTube channel here for us, share it with your folks, share it with your friends, share it with your family, all the people that you know might just need a little bit of a boost every once in a while, or to laugh a little bit, or to be able to see what the journey is all about from a different set of eyes.
Sure.
Send them over to us, subscribe to us, like us, share us, anything you can do to be able to help support it as we build this community, just like we built over on No Finish Line Nation. We're trying to be able to keep pushing forward and do great things for people. So let them know and have them join up with us. Right?
Awesome, yeah. And enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody.
Super Bowl Sunday, go Pats!
Yeah.